everybody? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Arrma Limitless, my budget Arrma Limitless build. I'm going to be going over in detail everything that you're going to be able to find in my Limitless in order to do this yourself at a budget price. I don't want to call it cheap because it's definitely not a cheap car, but this will be probably the cheapest you could get this car running for and still have a lot of fun with it. But before we get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know my last video, I posted a giveaway. So I'm excited about hitting 100 subscribers, and I want to give back to everybody that's been watching my channel so far and helping me grow to that point. So I'm doing a giveaway for a $25 iTunes gift card or a $25 Amazon gift card. I wanted to let you guys know, if you haven't already, go check out my last video to find out exactly how to enter. It's totally free to enter. And I said it in my last video, I'm such a small channel that the chances are very likely that you're gonna win. So just wanted to shout that out real quick. The other shout out I wanted to give is Steve at RC Motorsports. This guy is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't already heard of RC Motorsports, what he does is everything to do with remote control cars, right? So he'll build you a remote control car. He can get you remote control cars at amazing prices. If you need anything fixed, he knows how to fix it, and he's the guy to do it. You know, I'm someone that I've always fixed all of my own cars, but if I ever have a serious issue that I'm baffled with, I'll give him a call or I'll bring my car over to him. He really knows what he's doing. He's very fair with his prices. He'll usually beat out the prices for any of the local hobby shops, and I really do like using him. So again, Steve, RC Motorsports, a huge thank you for helping me get this Arrma Limitless when not very many places could get them. Go check him out. He's on Instagram. I'm gonna put his Instagram on here so you could go check him out, and he's also got a YouTube. So RC Motorsports. Getting into the video, the build for my Arrma Limitless. The first thing that I did with this build is I put a Power HD 23 kilogram servo in here, and that has been phenomenal. Typically it's a bashing servo, so I was a little bit skeptical putting it in, but it has been running amazing. I've had no issues with it. I ran multiple 90-mile-an-hour runs with this car, and I've had no problems whatsoever. So if you're looking for a cheap servo or a budget servo, I believe it's like $30 off of eBay, $30 to $40. And it is a great servo. It's all metal gears, and they have a great warranty. The company really stands behind the product, and that's ultimately why I decided to choose that servo. So again, the Power HD 23 kilogram servo. The next thing I did for this car was put the Futaba 3PV transmitter on it. This has been amazing. It's kind of like an entry-level radio, but it really competes with a lot of the bigger radios. I'm going to do a further review on this at some point if you guys want. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, but this radio has been phenomenal for me so far. I've paired this receiver up with the R2006 GS receiver, and this receiver, guys, is so strong. It basically doubled the stock Futaba 3PV range. And I keep my receiver in the box. As you guys can see here, guys, so I still keep the cover on. A lot of the guys that run serious speed runs, they'll take the cover off. They say that it gets them a little bit extra range, and I'm sure it does. But this receiver really doesn't need it for my application. I'm not running 150 miles an hour with this car, so if you're looking for that, then this is not the video. But again, this has been, I was having issues with the stock receiver. Great receiver, great response, but the range on it wasn't really that great. So when I upgraded to this receiver, it is a night and day difference. Like I said, it was a double the distance. I'm able to actually get through my runs, and if any of you know the stock BLX system, which I'll get into a little bit further, you really have to pull the trigger a little bit slower. You can't just go full throttle, and I really don't think you can with most ESCs, but especially the stock one. You really don't want to push it. It will shut you down so early, and your run will be way slower than you're intending it to be. So with that being said, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the Arrma BLX 185 ESC. So I threw a stock system in here, stock BLX motor, stock BLX ESC 6S, and I love them. I mean, a lot of people change them out right away, and if you really want to go faster than 100 miles an hour, I'd recommend upgrading them in general. But for what it is and what I was looking to do with my car and keeping it on the cheaper budget end of the spectrum, it is perfect, and I really do like it. And I have it in my Typhon. I ran 103 miles an hour. I have another video showing you guys how to do that with the Arrma Typhon, but I ran 103 miles an hour with the Typhon stock BLX system, basically a stock car, it's not stretched or anything on Hoons. But again, yeah, so I put on the BLX 185 ESC and the BLX 6S motor. and it has been flawless for me. So I've been getting runs between 90 to 95 miles an hour with the car. It's with some more fine tuning, you can get 100 miles an hour, but I'm only running stock gearing, the 27 pinion and 34 spur spool. So overall, like I said, it's a really great system. Moving on, I put the 5-spoke Hoons on here. They are amazing. I mean, a lot of guys run like the silver Hoons, and they are great, but for the purpose that I built this car for, I'm not going again over 100 miles an hour. I didn't need to get the silver Hoons, and they're very hard to find anyway. So the next thing that I do is I run the 6S CNHL battery, and that is, I talked about this in my Arrma Typhon video, but that is, I mean guys, it's an $80 battery, 6S, 75C burst, 140C sustained. If you're not getting the speeds that you want to and you're not running a good battery, I would highly recommend checking CNHL, especially if you're on a budget. It's a great battery, it's ran phenomenal for me. With my Typhon, I went from 96 mile an hour top speed to the 103, just by switching the battery, nothing else. I mean, I did practice the trigger pull a little bit more. I was pulling it a little bit more smoothly, and that definitely helped, but ultimately I think it was the battery that jumped me over the 100 mile an hour mark. But like I said, I'm still in the 90s with this, which is very fast for a stock system. So, especially considering, for all intents and purposes, this car is a budget car compared to what a lot of the other Arrma Limitlesses out there. The other thing that I wanted to say was that when I'm not doing a speed run and I want to just bash on the street and have some fun drifting, all I do, the only thing that I need to do to this car is put a 20-tooth pinion and a 50-tooth center diff, which most Arrma cars come with a 50-tooth. I also have a 46-tooth spool, and I could just, for the whole pack, just drift around and have fun. I mean, I'm not full throttle doing donuts for the whole pack, but you know, I'm driving around and drifting and having fun. So this car really does both of it, and I thought when I got the Limitless that I wouldn't be able to drive it like the Infraction, that if I wanted to drift around, I would need to get the Infraction as well. But with the setups that I'm running right now, I'm not strictly speed runs and I'm not strictly drifting, so it's like the best of both worlds. It takes 10 minutes for me to take the pinion out and the spool out and put on a 50-tooth spur and 20-tooth pinion, and then I'm ready to go bashing. I mean, I could literally do that at the spot if I really wanted to. Only thing that might stop you or hold you back is the Loctite part of it. So, and I do use blue Loctite. Just wanted to let you guys know, because a lot of people recommended me use red, and I'll be honest with you, I've had no issues, knock on whatever, there's no wood around me, but I've had no issues with the blue Loctite. So highly recommend just using blue Loctite. It cures so much faster and it's so much easier to take off. Overall, I love this car. I mean, it has been amazing. I never really was into street driving until I got the Typhon, and then pretty quickly after I got the Typhon, I went to this car, and the Typhon's going back to being a chugified, flipping, sending it, bashing beast. And this is gonna be my basher because I could do its best of both worlds. You know, I could do 0 to 60s with it. I could do 100 miles an hour with it. I could drift, anything that I want to do. And I could even, it still handles because I never took off any of the scoops, like any of the pieces that provide downforce on the car, and I'm still going over 90 miles an hour. So overall, I think this car is amazing. It runs extremely straight, right? So like this car, when I had the Typhon, I had a lot of issues getting the car to track straight, and it took a lot of work in order to do that, setting the ride height. With this, I just put all the internals in it, I put all the electronics, everything that I talked about, and my first run with it, it was straight as an arrow. I was floored. I was like, this is the best street runner. Like, why would you get anything else when this is out here? And it sounds super corny, but literally, it is a limitless car. You can do anything that you want with it. And for street bashing, this is my car of choice. I've driven Infractions, and because I can still drift around with this and have fun, I think for me personally, I love the F1 look. So this is the car that I would choose, and I love it so far, and I would highly recommend it. Just a disclaimer, I am not endorsed, sponsored, affiliated with Arrma in any way. I love Arrma cars, but I'm just not. I mean, I have 100 subscribers right now, so I'm not a big YouTuber. But I've been asked by a few of my subscribers already and a couple friends to get out there and put my review of what the Limitless could be on the cheaper end of spectrum, and it runs, like I said, amazing. So guys, really recommend this car. If you're thinking about getting a Limitless, highly recommend it. If you're running strictly on the street, I'm going to be doing reviews on the Mojave, the Typhon, I have an X-Max that I'm going to do a review on, the Sentin. If there's any other cars that you guys want me to do reviews on, I'll try and get my hands on them as well. But again, circling back, if you haven't already, check out my video that I posted last time. It's going to show you exactly how to enter. Again, totally free. It's just me trying to give back. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something about the Limitless, and if you're on the fence, and I hope that this was able to help you make your decision either way. So, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.